Boom. Greetings from YouTubeville. Once again, Danny Savage, Draft Guru. Now, this is a draft channel for all 32 NFL teams in the NFL. From college, from Big Ten to Division III to NAIA to HBCU. I cover everything. But I talk football in general. I talk all 32 teams. And every year I see myself watching less and less NFL football because I'm going to give you just a perfect example of why it's a joke and they just want to get all these young cats into the Hall of Fame. And they want to get, the Swifties of the world to watch the Hall of Fame, and there's so many forgotten warriors. Now, granted, a lot of people don't even know the players on their own team. It's the truth. I just happen to be a fanatic, and I've been that way my whole life. I either do something 110% or I do not do it at all. All right, long story short, the Chicago, it feels like I'm telling a story. The Chicago Bears had a center. Olin Kreutz, his name was. Top of my head, University of Washington. Bro, nasty. 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 Charlene, boom. Thank you for jumping in the chat. Olin Kreutz played for the Bears, man. Bro, this guy was nasty. I believe he played 13 years. He was part of the NFL. He was NFL. He made the NFL All-Decade team for the time he played. Bro, nasty, nasty disposition, this dude. He looked to bury you. 6 Pro Bowls, I believe. Maybe if he played for a different organization and had more wins, he would be more highly regarded. But that's not how the world should not work like that. It doesn't matter if your team goes 17-0 or 0-17. You should be rewarded for the work you put in. So this guy is this guy has been retired. He's been retired, I'd say probably close to a decade. He's been retired. And players are saying how he should get into the Hall of Fame. There's only been one first ballot NFL Hall of Famer at center. And his name is either Jim Otto, I believe, or George. I think it's Jim. Played for the Raiders. 00. Went to University of Miami. Bro, this guy gave so much of himself on the field. He had to get not one, he had to get both his legs amputated because he had like 36 surgeries on both legs. At that point, you just say screw it. So he got both of his legs amputated. He was a first ballot Hall of Famer. So let's just throw some names out after that. Mike Webster, center for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Iron Mike. Didn't miss a game in 16 years. Let that sink in for you a second. 16 years. He was the guy that started the whole CTE concussion thing because he just went down. I mean, let's be honest. When you're a center, every play, when you're an offensive, when you're a lineman in general, every play is a concussion because you're leading with your head, especially at center, but especially offensive linemen. Every play is a concussion and defense. So he wasn't no first ballot Hall of Famer. guards, man. I'm talking about centers, right? So long story short, now we get to Jason Kelce, who I want to vomit. And everyone, and he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, 100%. Why, might you ask? Because they want the NFL network. NFL is all about money. They don't care about nothing but money. Because they're going to make him a first ballot Hall of Fame center and screw over all these legends of the last 30 years, just because they want 12 million Swifties to watch that show and to get 12 million Swifties to go to Canton, Ohio, because besides that, there really ain't no other reason to go to Canton, Ohio, is the NFL Football Hall of Fame. So they want all the millions and millions of white girls with $2,000 iPhones that drive BMWs and Mercedes. They want the millions of them to flock to Ohio just for a chance to see Swifty. I know I'm showing my age, man, but there used to be a show, Mr. Ed. It was about a horse. That's what she looks like. I'm going to try to say as professional as I can. I want to go near her in a second. But the NFL just wants, because his brother is dating her. And now, don't say this is hatred on Philly. Good afternoon, Charlene. Boom. Thank you for jumping in the chat. Because it also shows all these Philly fans don't know football, or these young Philadelphia football fans don't realize football was played before they were born. So for all these Philadelphia fans that are crying, they want that Jason Kelce, whatever, has to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Where all these years have gone by, where have your cries been for Jerome Brown to be in the Hall of Fame? Jerome Brown deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He was defensive tackle out of Miami, played for the Philadelphia Eagles, and he died, I believe, with his nephew in a car crash. It ain't his fault he died. I'm not a hater at all. Sean Taylor from the Redskins should be in the Hall of Fame. Sean Taylor doesn't get murdered. I'll say it again. If he doesn't get murdered, there's legit. He doesn't get murdered, he doesn't get injured. There would have been a legit talk about who's the best safety ever. Sean Taylor or Ronnie Lott. So you can't say I'm a hater, man. But like, I did a video earlier on Olin Kreutz's son. He's a center for Illinois. And I'm like, let me see if this guy's in the Hall of Fame. And they're like, nah. And I'm like, bro. That's why the NFL is, I don't know, bro. Every year I watch less and less. And I'm cool with it. I'd rather watch college. I'd rather watch high school football, to be honest with you. I truly do. NFL is a joke. It's all friends football. Nobody wants to take no one's head off. Nah. Everybody just wants to be a different corporation. Everybody wants to sign. I don't want to hear that's the culture. I don't want to hear that shit. Everybody just wants to sign jerseys after the games. I guess so they can sell that when they're broke, because most of them are broke within 3 years of playing the game. But you're trying to take my job, or you're trying to hurt me, and you think I want to switch jerseys with you, bro? Come on, bro. All friends football, bro. This is not the and I'm in my 50s, man. But this is not the game I watched, man. Charles Haley said it the best. They are trying to teach the kids flag football. And how ironic, 2028? Olympics, there's going to be a flag football tournament. Who is going to watch that? But I like to see the NFL players that go over there and risk injuries, yet they don't want to do nothing for, they don't want to risk an injury in training camp or, you know. Listen, bro, I'm just doing a rant because I am a fan of football. And the fact that Chicago Bears center Olin Kreutz is not in the Hall of Fame, and I get the Kelce brothers confused both times. And the fact that Jason Kelce is like I said, I was gonna confuse. I have a mental block with both their names. But the fact that he's gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer makes me want to fucking vomit. Is he a Hall of Fame player? Yeah, absolutely. There's a long line of people in front of him. Rant, and I really had to like hold this one back from letting loose. Let's just say, NFL, bro, take care of your fucking forgotten Warriors. What good is sending a guy into the Hall of Fame when he's 80 years old and he doesn't even know where he's at? That's why it's college football. That's why I watch college football. Because we all know when you rock with GWO. Well, you Philly fans, I would hope you would put in for Jerome Brown. I think it's long overdue.